Hi, I'm Charlie White and today I'm going to show you how to fill a reasonably large hole in a wall. Right, today's toolkit we've got a couple of sizes of filling knife, a pot to mix it in, and this is the key to the whole thing, Gyproc Easi-Filler. Why am I going to use this? Because I was introduced to it by an old builder friend years ago when he was helping me sort my house out, and it's just the best filler. What I like about this particular product is it comes in 5 1 kilogram sachets. The thing about this stuff is once you've opened it, if you get one big bag of it, once you've opened it, it can go off pretty quickly, and that does affect the performance of the filler in terms of how quickly it dries and how hard it goes. So the brilliant thing about having these sachets is you've just got small sachets of filler and you're only opening one at a time. The rest of them are kept fresh. The other reason I like this is because, as the picture suggests, you can paint it into quite deep cracks where you'd normally need render and plaster. It's a bit like plaster, comes from British Gypsum, one of the big plaster manufacturers, and it has very little shrinkage, if any, when compared with other products I've used in the past, and it dries very quickly. And the brilliant thing is once you've put it on, you can sand it down. I'm just putting PVA, watered down PVA mix onto the hole before I start. What this does is it just glues together any dusty bits and provides a really good key for the filler. Now if you haven't got any PVA or any glue, don't worry, because the filler will probably be absolutely fine. I'm just doing this belt and braces to make sure I get a really good result. So, if you watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I don't like putting water in first and then putting the filler in afterwards, because it gives you no control over how much of the product you're making. So, this is how I do it. I'm pouring the filler into a tub, and now I'm going to add water gradually to the filler, mixing it with a filler knife. This way, you've got much more control over how much filler you're using. So you can see now it's just taking in the water. Don't worry if you put a little bit too much water in, because you can always add more filler. Need a bit more water. What's the perfect consistency? Well, you want there to be enough fluid in that it forms a really good, pliable, easy to apply filler, without it being too sloppy. Conversely, if you don't put enough water in, you'll find it very hard to work. And now the fun bit. Using a filler knife, I'm just working the filler into the hole. This particular hole was one left by a plumber who did a really bad job of fixing my radiator to the wall when we moved into this cottage. So I've had to take the radiator off the wall this morning and put proper fixings in. Most people would probably have just put the radiator back on the wall, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I don't like leaving nasty holes. Plus I thought it'd make a good video. So you see that going in. Now you don't need to worry too much about how flat it is. You want it to be reasonably flat, because the flatter it is, the less sanding you've got to do later. There's a couple of things you can do now. You can experiment with a slightly bigger filler knife if you've got one. Now that makes it nice and flat, you can see there, that's coming on nicely. The other thing you can use if you've got one is a plastering trowel. These are particularly good because they're a little bit bigger. I've got a bigger surface to work with, and I'm going to put this below because I've got some wires in the way. I'm just going to drag that up like that. Right, That's actually a really nice flat fill. And I know that when that's dry, I'm going to be able to get a sandpaper, get a bit of sandpaper and just sand that flat. The other great thing about this stuff is if you've got any smaller cracks on the wall, again, it fills them really well. You just do it like that. Filler's now dried with some reasonably fine sandpaper and a block of wood. I'm just going to very lightly sand it down to take the rough bits off. And there you have it, a lovely smooth surface, all ready for painting. So, you've seen how you can fill pretty large holes with Gyproc Easi-Fill. Are there any other fillers that I would recommend? Well, there are actually. Perhaps not this one. This is from TouPret. It's a lightweight filler. By lightweight, I mean it's sort of, I mean the children call it snow. It's really light. Pretty much disintegrates in your hands. This is a good filler if you've got some cosmetic marks or light, shallow holes that you want to fill up, perhaps just to paint over. It's very easy to work and it dries within, it can be overpainted within 30 minutes and there's no shrinkage really. But the product that I would really recommend, particularly as a sort of portable filler if you're travelling around, is this. I bought this about a year ago from Johnstones Decorators Centre. It's called Fat Hog. It's all-purpose filler. You immediately tell that it's heavier. And the great thing about this filler is it's ready mixed. Obviously the Easi-Fill that I showed you earlier on I had to mix up. It's ready mixed and again easy to apply, doesn't slump or shrink, and crucially you can drill into it once it's gone hard. So all in all, I would say for large holes and cracks like I showed you in the video, the Gyproc Easi-Fill is a brilliant product. For other holes or cracks, perhaps not in such large areas, I'd recommend something like this. It's easy to sand, and once it's set, it's so strong, it'll take screws or nails. So I hope you found this video useful. As ever, if you've got any questions, send me a comment. Please subscribe to my channel by clicking on the link here. And you can access other videos on my channel here. Hi, I'm Charlie White, and today Hi. Oh, it's it. Shush. Hi, I'm Charlie White, and today I'm going to show you how to fill. Stop it! Stop it! Come on! Hi, I'm